Nanos Research has conducted a poll asking Canadians how they feel about the possibility of a federal election. Here to share his findings is Nick Nanos, founder and chief data scientist at Nanos Research. Nick, always great to see you.
Great to see you too, Lois.
So, Nick, how are Canadians feeling about a possible election come this fall?
Well, I think they're feeling a little different than our federal party leaders, who all have election fever and are gearing up. In the latest survey, where we asked Canadians on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is upset and 10 would be absolutely happy about a potential fall election, you can see that 37% of Canadians would fall into the upset category, while only 1 out of every 4 would be happy. The rest were neutral on this. So the key takeaway here is that as we get control of the pandemic, as people try to normalize their lives, I'm not sure if a federal election is at the top of the list for what people want to focus on in the late summer and the fall, if it occurs.
Right, and you know, there's, like you're mentioning there, a lot of people have different things on their minds, lots to deal with, given that we are in the middle of a pandemic. What are the most important policy issues that would influence people's votes at this point then?
This was actually quite interesting, this particular question that we did for CTV News. We asked Canadians if there were a federal election, what would be the issues that would most likely influence their vote. At the top of the list was the economy at 28%, followed by the environment at 17%, the deficit at 16%, healthcare at 13%. But the key takeaway here, check out the pandemic number, 10%. The pandemic comes 5th on the lists that Canadians say will influence their vote. What does this mean? I think for a lot of Canadians, they want to put the pandemic behind them and they want to think about the future. They want to think about prosperity, think about jobs, think about a cleaner environment. And I think for the Liberals, if they do call an election, if they think that they can win based on a victory lap on vaccinations and the pandemic, what this poll suggests is that it won't be enough. And that also leaves an opportunity for the opposition parties to talk about other issues, such as the economy and the environment and the deficit.
Right, okay. And then finally, in terms of issue tracking, what are people saying there?
So the coronavirus is still at the top of the list at 22% as the top national unprompted issue of concern. But when you look at that long-term trend, we're basically at a 12-month low. Jobs comes in second at 13, the environment at 11, healthcare at 6. But the key takeaway is that maybe Canadians are feeling a little relieved that perhaps they can get back to normal after they get vaccinated and they don't have to worry about themselves and their loved ones when it comes to getting the COVID-19 virus.
A lot of Canadians want to move forward now. Nick Nanos, founder and chief data scientist at Nanos Research. Thank you so much.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
You too.